You guys see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a trade I entered today based off of method 2. So it's basically right here. But looking at it, so I basically entered a little late because I was out, and so I got in here, and so I'm looking at it on the weekly. And so my opinion of this is that it already tested this downtrend line right here. I left that there. And so it's basically riding on this tertiary side right here, or the secondary side. No, actually it is tertiary because here's the primary, secondary, and then here's the third line. And so my next, if I was to see where this is going, it would have to make, now it made a new higher low based off of this low right here, right? So we have this, and here's our swing low there, and then here's our highs here and here. Now this made a new higher low here, so the next move would be here. If I was to visualize where this is going. So basically it's riding on the trend right here. Right, so this would be the start of the new trend right from like right here to here. Do you agree? Do you agree with that? That's based off
Sorry
of the
about
weekly, and then
yeah.
so.
Yeah, sorry, just got muted then for a minute. Cool.
So that's on the daily there.
All right, so you draw your imaginary trends now then, please. How draw the imaginary trend lines.
So then it would be, let me take, so then I see this going up to maybe about here, and retesting could go, depends on how far down it wants to go. It could go down here again, test that, and then test, it'll have to test that or break out, depends on what it wants to do. And then it could test that level here, and then up here. Somewhere along those lines. If I was to look at where the major levels are, right, but then you still have these supply levels here, this major one right here, and then this major one right here. That's based off the weekly. So it's got to break through that guy first before it can actually test this level. But based on the current trend, if you look from here to here, yeah, it's in an uptrend on the daily and on the weekly as well. So that's what it would look like. But if you look at the movement of the weekly, it's more like something along these lines, just straight up to here. And I'll thicken this up a little bit so you can see. And then down to here. And then on here. On the weekly, based off how these move. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then if we want to get into depth, look at the pip movement, 530 there, and about 700 there. So let's say even if it goes up, yeah, about 500 here, That's a pretty good estimate for the range. So right there, that's what I would see happening. That's me.
Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Alrighty, and your turn, and then I will use the same example, and we'll make it cleaner. Okay, no worries. Alright, Anne, your turn, please.
Okay. Yeah, we'll attempt euro against the dollar. So based on the weekly chart, what's creating at the moment is the last high is this one right here, and the last high low is this low right here. So it's creating higher lows, higher highs as well. This high here is lower compared to this high right here. So if we have a look at movement from the last low right here, there is I think about a 700 pip move to there, about 716. So the next move, anticipated move, if it will just rally like this with buyers in control, would be another 700. Let's see. So about 700, saying about 140. So it has a potential of going to 140. So if we draw this. About 140. It's quite steep. I'll use blue. And then it may also retrace a little bit, about 500 pips. So we'll draw that too. To about 135. So possible something like this, somewhere sometime 135. Okay, so just to touch close to this uptrend line right here, which is our primary uptrend line here, and then probably another move to the upside like that. So that's based on the weekly, since it's very very steep. The moves will probably also be very steep to the downside, and another steep again ascent to the upside, unless of course it breaks this uptrend line right here. But highly unlikely, since it's very bullish at the moment, creating higher high. So the next logical step is to create that new high, run about this area here, and then a higher low, and then higher high again. So that's why visualization on the euro against the dollar based on the weekly. Any questions? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I got muted.
Nice.
All right, so let's clean it up the way you guys do things. Well, hi Arthur, how you doing? So what we're doing, Arthur, is actually we just cut the goals, so everything pretty much know what to do by the end of the year. So we're sit back, relax for now, just observe. We're doing a little bit more of advanced stuff. then, yeah, just enjoy the show for now. Okay, alright, you should be able to see my screen right now. Okay, so firstly, let's take the pound Swiss for now. We'll take with yours, Jason. Right.
Okay.
As for the bid, let's check the low 145570, 145672. Alright, now there's a problem, right? In terms, it's not a problem, but there's an issue. One is simply looking at the lows, very important. The low of this week broke through last week's low. That to me is not a good sign. Even though it's an uptrend, because we created a new lower low with a good strength where the bears pushed the price all the way back to the downside, the probability of this to continue is more than likely to happen, or this could finish as a spinning top, a doji, or not even probably piercing pattern. It could be, or it could finish as a gravestone doji to the bottom end, rather than a dragonfly. It would have been easier if it was a hammer or something, but because you have a new lower low here, it would have been a greater preference if the low was a little bit higher, creating a higher low. So next week we'll be at a bit more, much better part of the critical component. So right at this point in time, this is the low right at this point in time. Okay, that's the last high. Then you just define where the highs are. That's not it, so definitely this one right there. This is the one right there. The one right there. Over here.
In my visualization, I see a higher low forming on the next week and going to where I need it to go.
Okay, over there, over here, over there. Okay, of course we have that too. This one right here, that low, over there. Nothing, next. Nothing, and then here, there, there, and there for now. 1, 2. Alright, so if we're gonna fill in all the blanks, find the low from here to there, here to there, here to there. So here to here, there. Do we want to do that? There is no low, so cut across down there. There. No new confirmation. Okay. This one right there too. Right there at this point in time. So that is also valid. Oops. Okay. Alright, let's check it out. So obviously it's an upturn, you can't ignore that. Let me make it now on a bigger perspective. Sorry.
And by the way, I think price is going to go to 150, 131. That's my target.
Alright. To purple, just to make it different. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, since there's definitely nothing dictating right at this point in time about that this is going to be a new low. All right, I'm going to use this. High low one more time. Okay, and notice how everything in between is heading this way too. That being said, if I look into here to here, it's not quite. Let me move this to there. So in between, there's nothing detailed. There's going to be a new set low. We need a confirmation in order for this to head back up. So when that happens, you will have, based on freehand, something like this. Something like this. Then you will have steep going on that way. So in other words, there's another wave that will come through here before you can continue to go to that side. So it could be easily 1, 2, same over here, 1, 2, before it can continue to go over there. Okay, so it is approximately January 11, maybe around that area. So it's either that or, I mean, they have to retest pretty much around this point. And then when you get from the weekly, you go through the daily. Boom. So on the daily chart, dictates a different picture. So you can see here, this is on the weekly. Notice in between, it's going through this way, but that's how 1, 2, 3. So they're pretty much, and in between there's like little mini waves, right? So if you go look into that here, it's just pretty much in terms of the steepness with the trade. Hence, notice how part of the triangle is pretty much an obtuse triangle. It's almost like a the angles isosceles triangle here are the same from here and there. So if you go through here, same thing. If you cut across, create a new demand level. So check this out. If I go through here, so there's that probability that it's going to correct itself, and this is how you can create your correction mode from top to bottom. Right at this point in time, so this is pretty much within the week. That is the low of the week. It would have been awesome if yesterday created a new low. If yesterday created a new low, then it's a perfect textbook, part of an M2. Hence, that's why they have that uncertainty, because what's the news tomorrow? Do you guys know? And approximately what time?
There's news today for the pound.
There's one a euro. Who's going to talk?
Manufacturing, and Draghi's going to talk.
Exactly. And this is why it's not moving. We have a uncertainty bar right at this point in time. They're waiting for what Draghi is going to dictate again. Now, if I minimize that too, though, anything can happen from here. It can go boom, 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 boom. So, but definitely, because such a big steepness to the downside, if this is definitely going to be the new low, but we don't know that, not until, because as far as we're concerned, if I'm going to go through a smaller time frame, we're in the, yeah, look at that. We're still pretty much in the downtrend, but you are in the level supply right at this point in time. Demand and supply is currently meeting. Hence, that what makes the uncertainty bar. Actually, it's what I love about technical analysis. So within this whole big level, this creates that doji. Let's see if we go through now on the daily chart. Bingo. So you see right there. That's where the buyers and the sellers are currently meeting at this point in time. They're struggling. Yes, it's an option from this point, but overall still pretty much in the downtrend. Really good ceiling. They need to break that before the price can go on this end. So that being said, part of a good level of supply, they need to have another big push in order to go to 47, 42 even in the next few days. But of course, that's not the actual real one, because there's nothing creating a lower high. So the next part of the series of what they're trying to do is they need to create a lower high before either a new lower low or a higher low to fulfill.
Yeah, because you're right. It's not a textbook pivot, is it?
No.
Looks a bit skewed.
Correct. That's why the lows are very important. You need proper confirmation of the lows to create a confirmation, whether if the bulls are currently supporting it or not. So the next here, where they have to meet before Christmas, there is that probability, but they can easily go there, 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 and then either a breakout before I can come here, because they have to either there or there. Now it all depends as well on how fast they can put it in, because it's just, in terms of the steepness, it's just way too steep. Similar to over here, it's pretty steep. From steep, it will take its time to come back up. Steep will take time, steep, but major, much better price of buying somewhere around this level. But of course, you are in a good buying position at this point in time because the trend is to the upside, right? Since July, you are within the trend. You're within the trend, but to go from 46, yeah, it's easy to make about 100 pips, close to about 100 pips. If we're not going to be greedy, easy 70 pips, right? So, yeah, go ahead, man.
I was just going to say, the news tomorrow could affect this pair, right?
Oh, shoot. Sorry, this is the pound against the Swiss. I thought this was the euro against the yen. No, it's the pound against the Swiss.
Will the euro news still affect the pound, though? It should, right?
No, because the pound is the pound, right? And euro is euro. Sorry.
There is a pound.
So there's a pound.
News.
There's a pound news.
Yeah.
Manufacturing production.
There you go. So there's a manufacturing PMI going on as well, right? Sweet, because actually my other one was going to be looking at yours, and about the euro against the dollar. So, but you can see through there, looking from the weekly, and then you expand that going through the daily. You can see it's so clear. So pretty much what I've done is, I just cut and paste similar, because in most cases it's the same way that it's gonna be dropping, almost the same angle when it's going up. So just pretty much on the choppy movement, but it's just giving you approximation on where the price is going to be, and hence look at this one, it's just inverse, right? Oh, that's almost like what's that organization? With reverse, the law of angle, the angles. What's the name of that organization? Can you remember, Jason?
Who is it? The what are you looking at?
The Masons. There you go.
Oh yeah, the Freemasons.
Freemasons. See, look at that.
Yeah.
So that's based on angles, right? Same here over here. But it's just imaginary. It just went way quicker before it came back up. Great example. The other one as well was what it did a couple of weeks ago. Is the pound against the dollar. It's really pretty neat. Look at that. And this is easier because it created a definitely pivot point. When it created the pivot point, look at this is the same angle as part of that. All it did was copied from there, cut and pasted it, and look at where the direction is over 2-3 weeks, right? It's awesome. And then did an extension from there to there, because once this one breaks, it will create next part of the series is definitely around this portion on this end,
right?
170. Because if I go through from there to there, 100% is almost actually going, but from there to there. Then 171 is the actual target point. So it's reaching 76.4, but that's the inverse of it. So this is 23.6. Then you're going to have 38.50, and then 62, 76, then, 62, 76, then 100%. So that's the pretty cool stuff. Did I make it up? No, I just basically followed what it's telling me, and that's what pretty much it did. Right, look at euro against the dollar. Euro dollar is the same. I'm going to do this as well with you guys in the future too, how you can save your trade without actually really closing your position. So the averaging component. So just focusing to this right at this moment. Let me actually.
It's kind of amazing what you can do with strategies just by buying and selling, right?
Absolutely.
A lot you can do.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to focus part of the uptrend from here. Same thing. It's great to identify that. So I will actually remove that for now. Take that out of the equation. So nothing right here dictating a confirmation that is going to be broken. Because as far as we know, it's going to create new higher highs somewhere, sometime in the future. And that's definitely the high. You have your high right there. Nothing over there, but this is your low. Your low. Nothing over here. That's the high. That's the low. Low. And then in between here. So all in one go. That's the high. And that. Lower highs. Lower lows. Higher lows. Alright, awesome. Okay, then we go through finding the pretty much on the last low. Is this low? 27.54, 27.43. So we have a higher low. So pretty much just a continuation of the uptrend. We have a new higher highs from there right at this point in time. Hey, hey, I didn't put one in there. Alright, I'm gonna do the same. Freehand for now. Actually, I'll make it objective. High and low. Bam. Bam. That's one. Connect the dots. 2. 3. 4. 5. Here we have lower low, but here we have higher high. So in other words, if you combine everything that all together, the bulls and the bears, because we have a higher high, we have a lower low, they don't know where to go. But higher high, probability it can continue to go to the upside. Very, very good. So here, look at that beautiful textbook from a higher high perspective. New lower low, clear pivoting point, nice bullish bar. Pattern traders, bullish engulfing, pattern traders, Morningstar. Continuation to the upside. Then you have a small one right there. Then there to there. Big drop. And then nothing dictating right at this point. Okay, making it cleaner. Headline, high to low. Nothing. One straight movement. Too small. 1. Two. 3. One big one. Ooh, check these out. This is what I love about it. Do the same. Bam, bam, bam. Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Next. From that high to the low. Okay. Check this out once again too. Okay, let me put that red. Okay, I'm gonna do the same from here to here. Change that to a different color. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. That being said, bang, bang, bang. Very nice, right? So, just fix that up. Fix that up a little bit. And voila! So, approximately your next target point is about 140. And watch this. That's approximately, that's where it was. Make that nice and thick. See, I don't know where it's over there, okay? So I'm not making it up. This is live, straight in your eyes. Okay, I'll maximize that to, oops. What the? Monthly chart. Bingo. There it is. So, since it's pretty weak, the probability they will break that, because that's pretty strong here, here, cluster over there, clusters on this side, cluster over there, look at the lows over there. So the probability they will do that, and then looking at the monthly, this is pretty much the same, like 1, 2, so the same angle. Go, actually don't freehand, high and low, put a different color, make it green, I'll make that a little bit fatter, and one more time, green, and watch this. Oops. Whoa. See? And then you have in the middle part bam. So, Arthur, this is for your eyes only, okay? That one hits around that area, so you'll know exactly approximately about February 2014 we're going to see a minor correction to the downside, before it can continue to go to the upside based on a bigger perspective. So you can see here you have a whole big section being a level of supply, that when they continue to go through there, then I don't know, if you go through back to the weekly, you will see as well approximately see what's happening, but of course in between you'll have minor waves. So what's happening actually in between here, and it's going to be between here. So it's similar what it's doing over here. You can easily continue to go that side, and then you'll see there before it can continue to go there. So major ones, 2014 I'm still pretty much very bullish. However, of course there's going to be some slight correction and then more continuation to go even further unless a change of trend will happen. And that's how you clean it up. You can see clearly. Then you save it,
Cool.
print it out, or you just save it within your computer. So each and every day pretty much, because if I minimize now this to a daily chart, there it is. You can actually really see it really much way better. This is where we're at this point in time, but of course it's going to be within this segment than where it's going to go, and it's going to be choosing around this level before it could either drop and so forth and do whatever. I mean, here is pretty much the breakout, and then here. But if you minimize all that, you just see a lot of noise, but it's so you can really see the direction of it. Pretty cool stuff, huh? Love it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right, any questions? Part of that.
Can you put it back on the weekly, please? I just want to get a screenshot.
Can you put a fib on there?
On which one?
On the extension, can you see about where that
From here to
where
here?
that red level is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
See where that.
this is where, talking about fibs, we need to practice more part of that, because you cannot put a fib, because what's happening is, okay, let me talk about that more. This is pretty much on, see where we drew our lines.
Mm-hmm.
That's a correction from here to here is basically the correction when it's going to come back down. 62 was the major correction. This to here, of course, there's minor correction part of that. But if I go through high to low, okay, fib from there to there, this is where you can see part of the correction from that move. It goes all the way to 50%. But the major one is from here to here. And then you can see as part of the confluence, 38.2 is really strong. This is the actual movement. Okay, and now as part of that big notion, if I find this quote, it's a little bit hard to see. Oops. If I just select all, apply, bingo. Okay. Notice how that's, of course, that's 0. There has to be a condition that has to be met. They need to break the 0 to create a new higher high before it can go towards a 27.2 or 27% all the way to 38%. Major one, see, look at that. 60% is almost where the midpoint or the pivoting point or where the next one before it can correct itself. Now if it breaks through here at 144.97, then easy. It'll go on to the 100% move somewhere here by that 150. So, but this is gonna be tested somewhere. I'm gonna leave it over here actually and get a screenshot, and you'll see, right? Oh, this is great. It's being recorded, so this is where we can also see sometime in the long run is that if we are going to short this, here's the pivoting point. So the critical date is actually January 25, 2014. It's not far. It's not long to go. So this is the pivoting point of where it's going to hit before it can head back further to the downside. January, okay, because it's a different end. Yeah, create new highs. So yeah, that's pretty much how you would be. That's how you put in your fibs. You have to do it properly, because if you do it improperly, you're gonna have some problems. Like in terms of identifying where the retracement is going to be. So, but then we're gonna have more practice with that pretty much next year. So similar with this is the highs of the move, and then you have your small ones, of course, but this is the big one. And if I put through, and watch this, from that high, that low to that high, over there. Notice what the 50% is a really strong one. Didn't want to go to 62. Okay, now if I change that, select all, apply, press OK, you will see where it broke through 0, got rejected a little bit, came back down, but based on from here, there's that confluence at 27.2 as well, 27.2, and then all the way, well, of course it will gap up by the time it reaches to the upside. But the strongest is here on the 27.2, which actually makes sense because it's also supply. This is a really good supply level there too, because the price, they pushed it up to the upside, got rejected, and then failure. Then you can see here, yeah, rejection, because it's a good demand. So yeah, here's a really good test. Hence, in actual fact, you see this is the first one that they have to break. Second one, so there's that big range around here, between there to there. So 26 pips, not much. So if I put pretty much around here, so here's a good solid supply level. They have to pretty much check it out first. They have to test those prices over here before it can continue on this side. But this is the major one here. But for sure, that's gonna happen, right? So you want, you're wondering how I get on the crystal ball. This is pretty much what I do. For longer term, because for longer term it's easy because you can create your plan, you can see where the direction is, and you just let it ride. But what you need is that confirmation below the end, and you have to
right. Okay. So we just weren't getting that yet with the pound Swiss then.
Pound Swiss, no, I believe it's not right. You need to have that confirmation based on that weekly. Even on the daily. The confirmation is today, but anything can happen. As far as we're concerned, you can easily come back down, because they made that confirmation Friday. This is Sunday, Monday coming up for Tuesday, right?
Right.
So if it was like a textbook doji nice morning star pattern, then it'll be awesome. So that being said, if you're long, you gotta be careful, okay? Because if it doesn't want to perform for tomorrow, it's gonna be like this. Then you gotta get out.
Right.
Because this could be just be a minor correction even before it may tank to the downside, because there could be more room in order for that to happen. But of course, gotta wait until by the end of tomorrow and see what the price is going to tell you.
Cool.
Yeah, that's how you can make your decisions and stuff based on what do you call it? The plan that you basically create. Great example is I'm just trying to find while it failed and didn't actually like it. But here's a clear cut. Didn't even want to. So no, nothing. Yeah, no, nothing. Nothing right there. Nothing. Nothing. Clear confirmation through there. Sorry, I'm just finding something. Oh, here. See? This was that confirmation. Then they didn't want to play. Then we have another one, but they have a higher low. They try to push it up, and then it came back down. See this one. 212, but this one created new higher high, so that was pretty good. It's okay.
Gotcha.
Can't hear you, Ray, if you're talking.
Sorry. Yeah. Line of thought. Okay, here we go. The one before that. Sorry, from here. You have an evening star, morning star, failure because it's just a correction because of the speed to the downside. Well, sellers were too strong. Correction from there. Correction part of that. That's why it's a failure. Now with this, oops, it's a different ball game. You are in an uptrend, minor correction, part of this uptrend. Okay, so if you add now your fib from that low all the way to that high. Awesome. Did I make it up? No. The markets made it up. So 62 is a really strong support, right? So from this movement within the whole trend, within an uptrend, corrected itself from the small one. It is currently in a correction mode all the way to 47.03. So that being said, it all depends on the strategy that you really wanna do. So, but from here to here, and then from here to here, will create that. So that also means that if I'm gonna create something, if this is what it's gonna do, either 850 or 62, then because it's just so steep. Holy craps. Let me make up. Okay. Check these out. Go from that high, that low to that high. Yeah. So by approximately, the 14th, at the end of this week, Saturday or Friday. So it all depends on how fast they will push the price, depending on what Draghi is going to say. You're going to see, bam, bam, good strong momentum, even probably all the way to 147, 42. Oh no, sorry. I keep saying Draghi, depending on what the pound news is going to be. So either it could go all the way to 47 really quickly in the next few days to the 38.2, because there's also a confluence part of that between these two midpoints, really strong. Supply, really strong. Minor correction, come back already for the 50% before it can come back all the way here. So, but you have this whole segment. This is the distance. It can come back here, it can go through there, come back down there, so they have to follow this. This is really steep. The steeper the thing, it takes, a lot of energy before it can continue. But if I go through M3 quickly, part of your daily chart. Oh yeah, so here it is. So it's pretty steep, 47, which we did too. And then all the way to approximately around this level that it can reach just to fill in the gap, right? And then before another wave to the downside, bam, back to 45. Okay, so that's pretty much the lesson for today. So check it out, use it. It's very powerful stuff because this is where you want to be. You don't know where, here. All right, any questions?
No questions. Thanks, Ray.
No questions.
No worries.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Pretty cool.
All right, guys, you have a good night. We'll see you then tomorrow.
Okay, see you
Cool.
tomorrow.
See you
Okay,
guys.
bye, everybody.
Bye.